Hello. Okay, can I first do an audio check? Because I did pre-record this, but we had audio issues with the video. So can you guys just let me know that the audio is all right? Rescue says all messages. Karen says hello, Frank. Rescue. I hope I'm feeling better. Well, it's an ongoing thing, but I'll get there. Hi everyone. Yeah, audio guys. um, so today's case is Darius MacDougall, and he's been missing for quite a while now. Let me do the audio check first. Can everybody hear me? Audio's good. Okay, thank you, Karen. Okay, so here is Darius's flyer. So this is Darius MacDougall. He's 6 years old at the time of his disappearance. He's 55 pounds and he's 4 feet tall. He was last seen at Crow's Nest Pass, Alberta, Livingston of Hazel. Clothing blue and grey hoodie, Christmas shirt, sweats, and Paw Patrol Crocs. And if you look to the never mind. Gibbo's audio. Okay, so if you look to the right of this photo, let me take that off. Is a little picture of him at the campground, and he's wearing what looks like, described in the flyer, a blue and grey hoodie. Now, we've got some updates that I've found on the case, and also a sad one that I wanted to go through first was I believe it's his sister, Kia, had passed on October 10th, 2024. It is not anything suspicious. Police put out a statement saying they responded to a medical emergency, and sadly she passed from there. We would like to thank the staff of Pitcher Creek Stars and Alberta Children's Hospital for their love, care of Kia and the family. That's from the family, obviously. So, hang on. There we go. Here we have Darius and Kia and an unnamed cousin were walking, playing together with other kids close by when Darius went missing. They turned their backs and Darius was gone. So Kia was obviously the one we've just mentioned. Let me check the comments. I'm having to jump back and forth. Yeah, prayers for the family. I have reached out to the admin of the group that I've now found out are actually family members, about doing a more detailed live with their input, because obviously their input to us is the most valuable thing that we can put out. He was last seen, the kids were playing on an island adjacent to the camp, just across a creek where the adults could see them. Now, I want to show you something, because I've done some mapping extensively, and then I found here I look, if you see, I did some mapping myself, and then I found this via the Facebook group because it's a brilliant group. As you can see, there are two circles. The smaller circle is the campsite where they were staying. They were there and, basically living there for the period of time that they was there. And the bigger circle that's to the right is where he was last seen. So in that area, it's not, that's where he was last seen. This is the area. And let me just show you. You can see the blue lines and they V out. That's basically what they mean by it's an island. It's not a lake, with an island in the middle. It's literally a bit of land that's separated. Now, I do have for you guys a news article, a news clipping that I want to play for you. And also, we'll go over the Facebook as we always do. And also, let me just. So, one of the volunteers went out to the area and they take you from the campground to the area where he was last seen, to the creek. So you guys get a visual and things like that. Let's check the comments. Hi everyone. Are you getting this as well, Susie? Like when you're going into chats, it says to subscribe before you can talk. Now I know I've got subscribers on, but I get that when I go into chats a lot lately. Now, guys, what I need you guys to do that are watching, if you're new or anything like that, we cover extensively cases of the missing. We don't, we're not drama. And all I ask you guys to do is hit the like, share, and subscribe. That's all I ask. It helps get the families out there. It helps get the missing cases out there. We interview families. If you check through the videos, we do interview families and we do deep dive the cases with the families behind the scenes and then present it. This case is a little different because I wanted you guys to see this case. Yeah, Susie is. Hit the like and share. Thank you, Karen. Yeah. So this case, I wanted to get it out as quickly as possible to help the families because I can't find anything on this case other than this little news clipping. So let me show you some pictures of Darius a little bit closer up so you can get a visual. So this is Darius. He's got longer hair here in this picture. But again, there's no cause for alarm. There's no cause for concern. He seems happy. He's sort of smiling in this one, sort of like being a little dude. Here he is. Very, very smiley in this one. But there is a photo, and I can't find it. There he is, that I want to show you. Let me show you this one first. Yeah, he seems a happy chappy. The family are very concerned. There's been online onslaught on the case, as with every case. But as you can see, I've got the flyer here, and it says clothing, blue and grey hoodie, and then I've got an arrow, which this isn't confirmed. This is just what I believe is the hoodie that he's wearing. If I'm wrong, I'll correct it. But right now, that's my belief. If anybody has any information on the case, please contact Crow's Nest RCMP at 1403 562 2867. Let me read that again. 1403 562 2863. Now, there is a lot of talk about what are they called? Amber Alert, and I support the family in what they're saying. They want a what's it called, a Amber Alert on this case. I support it 100%. I think all children should have an Amber Alert of some form. Sadly, there has to be criteria met. The main part of the criteria is a vehicle. If they want a vehicle of some sort that they can go off. They also want evidence of an abduction. But I would just like to point out there's no signs at all of him, let alone of abduction, which is quite alarming. But at the same time, there's no cause for concern from the families. So let me show you this map again. On this map here, we can see the two areas of interest. We've got the V, where the blue lines are, that's the creek. Where it V's off, that's the island. And then we've got the small circle, that's the campground. The bigger circle, this is the general area of where he went missing. This is the island, if you will, that you'll hear mentioned quite a lot. But it's not, like I said, it's not a lake with an island in the middle. It's just an area that's separated from the rest by the creeks. Here is the searched area. So they've searched this area so far. It is a search area reported by SAR, and it is a 22-kilometre search. And it goes from Sparwood, Crow's Nest Pass, and just by Fernie. Again, if you guys are into mapping and things like that, check out the video description. The mapping area that I had, you can work your way from there. And this is the area that I had. So you can work your ways from there. As you can see, the creek V's, and we've got Crow's Nest Pass there. So as you can see, I don't think I'm far wrong on where I was. But that said, you can take from what I know and from what you've learned or things like that, and you can find your own mapping area and do your own little thing. Oh, comments. Let's see what. Okay, so StreamYard's playing up. Yeah, poor little guy, Shane. Grey Gibbo's views. Yeah, I wouldn't go that far. Could have fallen in and drowned. Well, I'm going to show you the creek in a minute, Karen. He seemed to be steadier then as well. Let me go to media assets and let me first play for you the news clip. Okay, here we go.
On the banks of a babbling creek, surrounded by towering pines, a once beloved campsite has become a kind of prison for a family tethered to the worst day of their lives.
Les, you haven't left this campsite really since that day. Why haven't you been able to come home?
This is the last place I seen them. I can't leave.
On September 21st, Darius MacDougall disappeared. The 6-year-old had been camping here with his dad Dallas, his dad's girlfriend, an aunt and an uncle, and his grandparents, Tina and Les.
Papa Clean was his favorite person. Like, that's what he called his grandpa, so he's just a happy little guy.
According to the family, while the adults packed up camp, Darius and 2 other children had been playing a short distance away.
And they're playing about 100 yards back out in that direction.
And you said the other kids were 8 and 6.
But after about 20 minutes, the other children returned alone.
She's only 8, but she was panicking. saying that he was gone. His grandfather and his father both took off across the creek looking for him immediately. Within, I'm say 5, maybe 10 minutes after we were told that he was missing, I called 911.
We'll come and reassess. We'll enter this from below.
What followed was a massive 11-day search involving hundreds of people, dogs, helicopters, and drones.
And what was found?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
The RCMP say to date they have received no credible information to suggest Darius was abducted. But with no evidence that Darius is still in these woods, his family is holding on to hope that maybe he was taken by someone and could still be out there waiting to be found.
If you could send him.
So I need to do an audio test. How's the audio with everyone? Because I'm having a lot of audio issues with StreamYard. I literally filmed this video earlier, and when I played it back, it was all over the shop. So I decided to do the live format. I think you're right. Audio good. Okay. So I don't think he did fall into the water and drowned, and I'll tell you why. The area has been searched, and his remains would have been brought back. But I'm going to show you a clip now of in the campground from a volunteer searcher who walked from the camper to the creek. I will warn you guys with earbuds in or headphones, whatever you want to call them. Just be careful, because it does get loud when it gets by the creek. Despite me, I did turn it down as it entered the creek. But this is a different time of year to when they was there, so I don't know what the water's like when they was there. But you'll see it is shallow water, but the water is quite aggressive because of the rocks. But I don't know if this is where. I don't think it is where he crossed anyway. You seen how shallow it was then.
A little spot. And this is Lacey's favorite spot of the camping spot. It's just a few yards away. Just down here. And you got it. There's a beautiful little creek. Right here. And here's Lacey.
So how's the audio? Audio still good? Was Mother there? No, Mother wasn't there. He was there. He was holidaying with Dad, girlfriend, and family. I haven't seen anything regarding the RCMP saying any foul play or anything like that. He's just not there. So, in my opinion, it's probably an abduction, because let me show you the search area again. This is a little boy with autism. So, one way of tackling searching for him was they played his favourite song while searching, rather than calling his name and causing distress. But no, again, Karen, Mother wasn't there. Mother was at home, I'm guessing, because he was with Dad. They'd been out there. They were celebrating several birthdays. Audio good, thank you. It's crazy I have to do this. Another child with autism gone missing. That's a few now. It really is, Shane. It's sad. But anyway, regarding this area, look, so in there somewhere, I'm guessing the centre is the campground, and they work their way out either side. So I don't believe that he fell in the lake and drowned. I believe he was taken from the area by someone because there's no signs of him. There's not a shoe. There's not this. There's no signs. This is so sad. Thank you, Karen. But also, like the family immediately spread out looking for him, and there was no signs of him. So again, that's alarming again, because we've got the families out there. They're looking. They're on the ground looking. Immediately as it's realised he's gone missing, and there's no signs of him. He's not calling back to them when they're calling him and things like that. When our CMP went out, like I said, they played music rather than alert him. Also, I'd like to point out our CMP were there within 30 to 40 minutes, so he wouldn't have got far. He's only a little kid. So sadly that's my belief. But it's very limited what I do have. There is an article. Let me get it for you. No. Nope. Okay. So while we're waiting for the article to load, I will quickly go over their Facebook group, because they do have a Facebook group. I don't know why it does it like this. It's like, there we go. Okay. So here is the Facebook group for those that want to follow I actually think it's 2024, but we're gonna go over that now. 1 second, Shane. So this is the Facebook group. Family are in here. They're posting updated photos. Well, not updated photos, but they're updating everyone with news and things like that. So if you are on Facebook, please do join. Let me scroll past this quickly in case it's got sound. Still missing 20 hours ago. So they're in here. They're quite active in here. They're posting quite actively. There isn't anything. September 2025, sorry, Shane. So you are right. I'll deal with you later. Yeah, so it's 2025. And sadly, shortly after, sister passed. Here he is again, look. Okay. So, yeah, Shane, you're right. It is September. So I thought for some reason it was 2024. I've got it written down somewhere. That's why. But that's wrong. Let me go to his tab. and I will get the article up for you. Be right back. It gives me hope. Yeah, it's a sad situation, but a lot of the cases in Canada at the moment, people are blaming the parents and they're attacking the parents. And the reason, like, for instance, the Jack and Lily case, the reason that there's no, what's the word? There's no signs of abduction or things like that is because, well, they're not always going to be signs of abduction. You know what I mean? A sign of abduction would be, the house is in disarray and the person's gone. This is outdoors, so it's kind of hard to differentiate, like, if you know what I mean. We've got the only thing I could think of they could be looking for is footprints of a bigger statured person. But again, like, what does it take to? Now, I'm not sure if they have a what's it called, petition, but they want to change the Can't Lose Hope. Family of missing Alberta boy shares details of his disappearance. They camped the same area, same spot several times over the past 2 years. So they knew the area near Lake Island Campground, 250 kilometres south of Calgary. Let me just check that sharing for you. Yeah, there is very little. Yeah, you're right. So let's go back to this, finish this off. On the weekend of September 21st, there were 10 children in the group, including 6-year-old Darius MacDougall, his father, his father's girlfriend, and Darius's grandparents. Darius and other children knew their way around like it's not something unusual for them. Didn't think nothing about it. Tina Heron said, that's Darius's grandmother. We just finished having multiple birthdays because we had 3 birthdays for this week, for the weekend. We were cleaning up and getting everything packed up. The children were asked to go clean and tidy up toys, garbage, and whatever was lying around. Just tidy up the area. As they were doing that, Darius and 2 of the other children went across the water to play. Like I showed you, it's not overly aggressive water. It's not overly deep. I know you can drown in an inch of water, but there was a 22-kilometre search, and I think his remains would have been found if that was the case. But when 2 of the children returned about 20 minutes later, Darius was not with them. The other children said he was missing. Scared, right? You say take off running out there, calling for them. Nothing scary feeling, said Leslie Talmadge, Darius' step-grandfather. So they called RCMP. They were probably within half an hour to 45 minutes, said Heron. They set up on the road, and yeah, just a big swarm of people. We had probably 30 family, friends, and people down here with us looking. There was a big crowd of people looking for him, which is great. That's what we want to see in these situations. It was a massive search effort involving more than 400 volunteer searchers and search and rescue members from Alberta, British Columbia, and Saskatchewan, along with 60 members of RCMP, using dogs, all-terrain vehicles, drones, and helicopters. So he did get a good response. This is what I'm saying. There was a good response. They spent more than 11,000 hours, covered nearly 22 square kilometres, and travelled more than 53 kilometres of densely forested and steep alpine terrain looking for the missing boy. But after 11 days, no sign of the boy, and October 1st, the official search was called off. There has not been a single trace of him anywhere, Talmadge said. Almost 7 weeks later, Talmadge is still staying at the campsite where his grandson disappeared, a vigil of sorts, holding out hope that somehow Darius will be found by one of the many volunteers that still regularly come here to help look for the missing boy. This is a mistake by them. This is the last place I've seen him. I can't leave. I don't know where else to look. Chances are he might not be here, but I can't leave. On Monday, he was joined by Darius' grandmother, his father, and girlfriend. While Darius' father declined an interview, which is understandable, his son's missing. I get that the news want to get their clip and things like that, but, we have to respect the family. Imagine he's not there, to talk to people. He's there to find his son. His grandmother described him as an awesome little boy, happy-go-lucky little guy, full of life, joyful, always happy, very rambunctious. But the search for Darius was also more challenging because he is autistic, and there were concerns he might not react or might not answer to searchers calling out his name, forcing them to use a different tactic, like playing his favourite song in an attempt to draw him out of the wilderness. When contacted by Global News for an update on their investigation and whether there's any evidence someone may have taken Darius, the RCMP responded with a little statement that says, "No credible information has been received to date that suggests Darius MacDougall was the victim of an abduction. His family members, though, aren't so certain. He just vanished into thin air. Somebody has been watching him. Had to have been watching him to take him. She believes an Amber Alert should have been issued and doesn't agree with the RCMP's explanation to why it isn't." Now, again, we just went over this. I will stand by RCMP on their reasons for not giving out an Amber Alert. Because if they give an Amber Alert out for every child, then it defeats the whole point of having the Amber Alert. But the criteria, for me, he's gone missing in the woods. To me, that should be Amber Alert. But they want a vehicle. They want this. They want this. They want this. I get it. I get that in normal circumstances, that makes sense. But when a child has gone missing in the woods, none of the family members know anything. He was off playing with the other children. The other children come back to alert the adults. That tells me issue an Amber Alert. It dilutes the importance of an Amber Alert, but this case should have got one. Yeah, I agree. Again, it's sad. It's sad, but we've seen it. How many times have we seen cases where the family have demanded an Amber Alert, and either the child has come walking back in the house, they've finished having their little tantrum, or the child, something's happened within the family. So I do get why RCMP didn't issue an Amber Alert, but again, like Shane's saying, I believe that this family should have got an Amber Alert. So if they do have a petition, I will find it and we'll post it. Everybody sign it. Try and get. You're right. Sometimes, Shane. Yeah. I can't see why this case didn't get an Amber Alert. I really can't. Let me just finish off this article. Until they can actually prove he was physically taken or there was a vehicle or something, he's in harm's way. Well, I mean, he's in harm's way. He's lost and he's out in the woods. That should be it. They won't put out an Amber Alert, said Heron. The boy's family's friends are now lobbying to have criteria change when it comes to the Amber Alert to include any child that goes missing close to a highway, the international border, or a park. There you go. All three criteria in Darius's disappearance. But that didn't happen. So for now, all they have is hope that somehow Darius will be found. Hang tough, little buddy. We're looking for you. We're searching for you. Stay strong. Talmadge said, hopefully one day you can come home and we can't lose hope. This is the last place I've seen him, so I'll sit here and wait until I know where else to look. Okay, so let me click this. Okay. We know how articles are. Hang tough, little buddy. Yeah, Shane's sad, isn't he? But every dog has his day, rescue. Pardon the pun. Oh, he's throwing puns. Yeah. So this is him. Now you're going to see a QR code. The QR code on here will take you directly to the Facebook if you are a Facebooker. Let me check my thing down actually. If you want to scan it, then. So for those of you that have QR that don't know much about it, if you have QR on your phone, you can screenshot any image with a QR code on, and then when you're on there and you're scanning, it'll say somewhere on there to what's it called? Enter an image, and then you can put the image in, and it'll automatically find the QR for you, and then take you over to what the QR takes you over to. So there you are. There's his QR code. Oh, I've got to do some deleting on here. There's his QR code. And here's his little face for you guys to share as much as possible. If you are new, please subscribe. We cover cases all over America, and as you can see, Canada, the UK. It doesn't matter where you are in the world. If you're missing, we'll put an awareness out for you. Also, we have TikTok. I don't use it very often, but I do put flyers on there. And so it's all in the channels. If you go to the about section of the channel, we've got all the links that you need for to help find awareness through my channel. Let's see what someone's saying. Fuck you, I'll go just pop to share and live. Hello, fuck you. So, oh dear. Fuck you lives in Australia, so they're having good weather at the moment because it's their summer. Brain, not Brian. Okay. Not everybody does rescue. On my last device, I didn't have QR, but yeah, it's a brilliant tool. But yeah, stay safe. Crikey. Everyone's saying, look, fuck you. Okay, so what was I doing? That's what I was doing. Okay. So what I want to do is I want to play this and then I'm just going to jump over. There we go. Okay. So let me get this prepared for you and we'll play this.
The sound of her little boy's laughter is both precious and painful because 6-year-old Darius MacDougall has been missing for almost a month.
How are you doing?
It's the hardest thing I've ever had to deal with in my life. I don't wish this on anybody.
The Southern Alberta family had requested privacy throughout the search, but Megan Bernicki believes it's important to speak out now.
You decided to do an interview today. What are the main things you want to get across to the
That
public?
Darius is still out there missing somewhere, that if someone has him, bring him home. He's missed. He's loved. He's wanted home.
On September 21st, the 6-year-old was camping with his dad's family in the Crow's Nest Pass.
He was with his dad's girlfriend's daughter and my niece, and they were playing hide and seek and whatever, and they said they turned around and he was gone.
In the days that followed, the surrounding area was searched by a team of hundreds, but after 11 days, not a trace of the little boy was found. His mother says it doesn't make any sense.
Because if something would have happened to him, like an animal had taken him, he was wearing Crocs. His Crocs would have fallen off.
What do you think happened to your son?
I believe someone took him.
Bernicki questions why the RCMP is not investigating her son's disappearance as a possible abduction, and why, after he was reported missing, roads in the area were not shut down. In a statement, the RCMP says, based on the information the family on scene provided, there was nothing to lead investigators to believe he was subject to an abduction, adding roadways are not closed unless there are grounds to believe a criminal element is in play. Police also say that to date, they've received no information to suggest Darius was removed from the area where he first disappeared.
Eat too much food, you become orange.
I'm going to believe in what I believe in, and that he's out there somewhere and someone has him.
And she hopes someone knows something that will help bring her son home. Heather Yurex, West Global News, Lethbridge, Alberta.
I know what rescue's going to say. Play the dog. But I won't play the dog. Again, we've got Facebook. If you go to the video description at the end, during every live that I do, any information that I gather will be in the video's description for you guys to go and verify for yourselves and maybe even look deeper into it. I said, I know what rescue's going to say, but I won't play the dog because there was a dog on screen. I'd like to hear from the dad as well. I get why he isn't speaking, but personally I would. Yeah, I have reached out to the family so I can have a private conversation with them regarding, you know, putting case information out there for them, anything they want. That obviously they'll have the opportunity to come onto the panel if need be. Oh, see. Yeah, they'll have the opportunity to come onto the channel if they want to, but if they don't want to, I will just talk to them privately. You know, but Shane, you got to understand, I believe Dad was attacked through this. I'm not sure 100%, but when reading through articles, I've seen that the family was attacked because of the young child that passed, because there was another child who passed away as well. So, guys, If you're watching the video, subscribe, share, like. If you are new to the channel, subscribe, check out all the family interviews that we've done, check out the video descriptions to verify the information that I'm putting out. Some of the interviews are in the video section because we did premieres with them because of the time difference and whatnot. It just made it made more sense to do it that way. Other than that, guys, thank you for coming. Shane, thank you for behaving yourself. You did well. Really proud of you. I've got some more videos coming tomorrow. We're going to start putting out shorts. So check out the shorts section. I'm going to start getting flyers out there, putting flyers in the shorts. Whatever we can do to help these families, we're going to do. If it means do a short video, we'll do that. If it means putting a short flyer, we'll do that. If it means bringing them on and interviewing them, we'll do that. If they want us to look deep into the cases and do an hour-long live, we'll do that. Whatever the families want and whatever the case needs. Thank you all for coming. I've been Frank. You've been the audience.